AJ, Anthony Joshua, in a recent interview, came out and said he thought that he was winning the Usyk fight. Y'all believe that or not? Put it in the comment section. Blessed love and blessed day, oh boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fire and this is Real Life Boxing. Like I said, AJ, Anthony Joshua, he said he thought he was winning the Usyk fight. Before we get into it, best double jab, straight down the pike. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you can be notified when all content is being uploaded on the channel of Real Life Boxing. Happy Independence Day to all. I'm in the boxing gym, shadow boxing, doing some work, and we working. Now let's talk about it. Shout out to Hatman, Strike Backs. Hatman's my guy. Hatman did a video on this, and I wanted to touch on it also. Anthony Joshua thought that he was winning the Usyk fight. Believable or non-believable? I covered this fight when it happened. I wasn't uploading consistently, but if you go back to my videos, that was one of the fights that I covered in between the times that I was not uploading consistently. But I stated in that video the thought that Anthony Joshua thought that he was winning the fight, it's not that far-fetched to me, because me personally, first of all, I feel like because Anthony Joshua was the real heavyweight and Usyk was coming up, and a lot of people thought that Anthony Joshua would have been able to impose his size and his heavyweight ability onto Alexander Usyk. Now, don't get me wrong, because a lot of boxing purists thought that Alexander Usyk would win the fight. But even with that being said, even the people who thought that he would win the fight, because Alexander Usyk won the fight and he's supposed to be the smaller, cruiserweight, Anthony Joshua is the heavyweight god. He's been unified champion for years. I felt like because it was Usyk, the win was like it was how do I want to say it? It was personified, like it was blown up. Felt like if it was if it was like Deontay Wilder who beat Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury, it wouldn't have been as blown up, as it was. But I feel like because it was Alexander Usyk, that the victory itself got kind of overblown. I was one of the ones who I felt like that fight was a close fight. Not to say that I don't think that Alexander Usyk won the fight, because I do think that Alexander Usyk won the fight, but I don't think that he just completely whitewashed Anthony Joshua like most people do. I feel like Anthony Joshua tried to box with Usyk and he got outboxed. Now, again, I say that the victory for Alexander Usyk was overhyped. If you look at Alexander Usyk's face at the end of the fight, from middle of the fight to the end of the fight, if you look at Alexander Usyk's face, you can clearly see that there was not an easy fight for Alexander Usyk. That was a tough fight for Alexander Usyk. And although Anthony Joshua was gassed at the end of the fight, he's not used to fighting at that pace, the movement that Alexander Usyk does, the southpaw movement that he does, the overall movement, that in itself is enough to wear a fighter down without even punching or getting punched. With that being said, we don't really see or understand how fighters think when they're in the midst of the battle. When they're it's easy for us to talk about when we're not the ones fighting, when we're outside watching the fight, even the trainer. You have no idea how the fighter's brain, how the fighter's mind is operating during the fight. And when a fight is close like that and both fighters are landing punches, now, to the person that's watching the fight, they might think, oh, Usyk is landing more and he's landing, the harder punches or whatever have you. But to the people who are in the fight, AJ could have thought that he's landing these punches on Usyk, and he's looking at Usyk's face, and he sees Usyk's face deteriorating throughout the fight, and maybe in his mind, he's getting hit, but those shots aren't bothering him at all. So maybe in his mind, he's thinking the damage that he's doing to Usyk is is better and greater than what Usyk is doing to him. Now, mind you, he's not a judge. He's one of the fighters. So like I said, when you're in the battle and you're fighting and you're landing punches and you're looking at the other fighter's face swelling up and cutting up, but you're getting punched as well, but the punches, they're not bothering you. They're not really rocking you. Now, AJ got hit with a punch early in the fight, an overhand left from Usyk that rocked him. His leg shook, but, other than that, it didn't seem like he was ever hurt, during the fight until it got down to the 12th round of the fight. So I don't see, to me, it's not that big of a deal that that Anthony Joshua thought that he was winning the fight. But like I said, this is why we have trainers and this is why we have managers to watch us do our thing. But you guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Until then, keep fighting your fight. Protect yourself at all times. Peace and one love. It's Coach Fighters for Life Boxing.